In other news we're tracking for you this morning, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo is today expected to rule on former President Jacob Zuma's application to have him recuse himself from the State Capture Commission. Now, Zuma's lawyers and the Commission have both argued on the application for the past 2 days, and my colleague Tumaole Mohlaoli has been there tracking those arguments for us. I think, Tumaole, a good place for us to start this morning is just a recap of the arguments on both sides.
A very good morning to you, Michelle. Well, recapping the arguments, if you look at the legal team representing former President Jacob Zuma, led by Advocate Kakane, basically the argument that he put forward for the recusal of Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo was the fact that one of the points is that the former president feels that he would not be given a fair hearing. He feels that he fears that already there's a bias that is against him, and that the Deputy Chief Justice cannot be seen to be viewing the process or overseeing the process fairly. So on the part of the Commission's legal team, led by Advocate Pretorius, he said that, in terms of the application for recusal, he feels that there is no grounds for which the former president would feel that he would be hard done by the Commission, in that he feels that the argument put forward by Advocate Kakane that the Commission has effectively tailored the kind of testimony by choosing only certain witnesses who had a certain narrative, that narrative that placed the former president at the heart of the state capture narrative and being the person that was actually driving it. So these are the arguments that went back and forth. In terms of the recusal itself as well, the issue of impartiality, Advocate Kakane, representing the former President Jacob Zuma, arguing that the Deputy Chief Justice needs to apply his mind to the fact that he needs to be seen to be fair. The process needs to be not only fair in that a litany of witnesses has been called, over 300 of them, but it also needs to be seen to be fair. And one of the things that he hinged his argument on was the fact that they were concerned by some of the statements that were made by Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo in expressing, sometimes his exasperation, his shock at some of the testimony by the people that came before the Commission of Inquiry, and saying that this can be misconstrued as being a bias against the former president. So these are the arguments that have been heard, and this is one of the reasons that the Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo basically adjourned the Commission and said that he needed time to weigh these arguments and apply his mind. And in just a few short hours, we will be hearing what he concluded and what he's ruling in terms of that application for his recusal.
Yeah, Tumaole, I'm hearing a lot of commotion there in the background behind you. Protesters connected to the state capture inquiry today?
We certainly have been seeing a lot in terms of protests, or those who have come here to the Commission of Inquiry, both to support the former President Jacob Zuma and those who are, his critics. When I look behind me here, we see a group of people. But what we do know is that also there have been municipal workers who have been protesting, and municipal workers who have been protesting because of issues of short-term contracts wanting to be made permanent. I'm not sure if these particular supporters are here to support the former President Jacob Zuma or to protest against the former President Jacob Zuma. They have just arrived here, but they are certainly making their voices heard. We will find out from them if they are here because of the Commission of Inquiry into state capture, or if they are here protesting because of the municipality and the issues that they've raised there.
Indeed. Thanks very much for that. Tumaole Mohlaoli live to us there from Braamfontein as we continue to track the events there unfolding at the state capture inquiry.